What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rebel Racing Network. Tonight we are in Texas. Howdy, partners, as we hit the new Texas with the new layout, the crazy turn one. But boy, it's going to be fast, as we got some crazy drivers here tonight ready to hit the high banks of Texas Motor Speedway. 120 laps at, while a neutered version of maybe what it used to be, it is still a beast to try to tame in these trucks. Is you're going to be having to make sure you take care of that right front, keep that speed up, and stay out front if you're going to be the winner. That is going to be the key tonight, as qualifying is about halfway over. Got quite a few drivers still needing to make a lap, but all but about finished up. And tonight, looking to continue the trend of some really good racing. Last week, man, an exciting race at Coda. It was just door to door. Sorry about that, but we're back at an oval. Man, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot more fun. Road racing has its place, but man, just tough to deal with. But, however, we'll say that Chris Bedwell and Chris Carroll put on a heck of a show, along with the field. The field had a great show. Chris Carroll ultimately coming home with the victory by quite a few seconds. Tonight, don't think it's going to be that crazy. I think we're going to see some real close door-to-door action all night long, and looking forward to it, of course. Here at Apex, I want to thank our major sponsor, Apex Sim Racing Custom Gear. Thank them for being on board, as always. Check out their website, man. Got a lot of cool stuff on there. Check out their man, they got button boxes, dashboards, sim rig accessories. I don't even know what that is, but hey, I want it. Go buy it. Somebody buy it and tell me what that thing is on the right side of the screen. Go check out them button boxes. They got steering wheels, button toggles, cable connectors, DIY sim bracing parts, accessories, and coders, 7-way switches. Good Lord, that's too many ways. Or does that say T-ways? I don't know. That's a lot of ways. Go check out and see how many ways that is. And look how many buttons and stickers you got. Man, y'all got to check that out. Go to apexsimracing.com. Check all that kind of stuff out. Definitely want to appreciate them for coming on board and being the sponsor for this series. Jimmy over there at Apex Sim Racing, man, he is a heck of a guy. Come on and check that out. We got a lot of people in chat. We got Kevin Kinder, of course, cheering on his son, Garrett Kinder, which will be in the race tonight. We got Steve McDonald. I don't know who he's cheering on. I think he's just cheering me on. And you know what? I appreciate that. And then we got DRH Racing. I don't know who that is. I think that might be Daniel Holcroft. He's in chat and racing at the same time. He's multitasking. I love it. So let's talk about Texas. Texas, 1.5 mile track. It is a fast track. You're going to have to stay with the draft a little bit, but that turn one, being how it is, it's a little bit tighter, a little bit different. You'll kind of be wide open, but early on, you'll still have to lift. So it offers a different challenge to what most of your 1.5 milers do, where you do have to kind of lift just a little bit, and that offers some separation early. So we'll see that. I think we'll see that in the race pretty quickly. Those who can save that right front, it's going to be there at the end. You won't see any upper on the top line. You might see somebody try it in turn 3 and 4, but 1 and 2, it is no man's land. You do not want to be up there. So, gonna look forward to that. We got about 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can talk to some folks and see how they're feeling tonight. We'll see if we can sneak somebody in here. Somebody with a camera, of course. Got to talk to somebody with a camera. Trying to encourage folks to have them. And so the best way to do that is talk to ones who do. It's better for the dang broadcast, if I'm honest. Let's bring Charles Stevens up in the booth. Charles, man, this Eddie in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, you look like you're ready to go. You got your gloves on, and that's a good start. Texas, new Texas. Tell me a little bit what's different about this versus other 1.5 milers. What's the challenge tonight? And what is your strategy to try to get up there and win this race? Looks like you're going to start in the 10th position, so pretty close to the front. What's your strategy?
Well, strategy is just try to keep the tires under it. The thing that's difficult about this track is both ends of the track are different. One and two is pretty tight, having to lift a little bit, and three and four is pretty loose. So um, that's definitely probably going to be the hardest part is just managing the tires and how different each end of the track is on this.
Well, managing the tires, but also staying in sort of the quasi draft that these trucks have. Where's the balance there? When do you decide I got to make this pass, or hey, I'm going to hold on to this right front a little bit longer?
Well, my game plan is to try to push pretty hard in the beginning, and try to get up to that top five to get bonus points for the stage break at lap 25. And then after that stage break, I think I'm going to go into tire saving mode from there.
Well, all right. Well, hey, good luck to you. Getting ready to get this thing gridded up. Good luck to you, Charles.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna put you in a channel. If it ain't the right one, make sure you put yourself in the right one.
I man,
There you have it, Charles Stevens Jr. He is ready to go. Got everything figured out. You hear him? He's confident, and man, he is ready to go. But let's go ahead, and it's grid time. Let's go ahead and get this grid going as we're ready to get this race rolling here soon. Let's see who is the Chuck Peg Leg Pole Award winner. There he is, Chuck Peg Leg for the Pole Award winner. And I don't know why they ain't got the paint schemes on it, but hey, we'll just deal with it. I don't know what's going on. But Tracy Passons is your Chuck Peg Leg Pole Award winner as we get into Low Cash Motorsports starting grid. Apologize about the paint schemes. I don't know. I have no idea. Sometimes things just go crazy, but we love it. Garrett Kinder starting outside the front row. Starting in row number 2 is Joseph Mahar and Chris McLean. Row number 3, Aaron Adcock and Chuck Phelps. Row number 4, I guess. What row am I on anymore? I don't know. Is Josh Lokovitz and Alan Nash. Starting 9th and 10th is Kyle Roberts and Charles Stevens Jr. Man, y'all got to get some better paint schemes. All y'all's paint schemes look bad for some reason. Daniel Holcroft going to start in 11th. Alan Smith in 12th. Talked to Alan before the race. You know what he said? I got a good feeling about this. 13th, 14th, Anthony McPherson, George Williams. 15th, 16th, Stephen Ayers Jr. and Mike Presley. Dana Shepard and Willie Evernham. Chris Bedwell starting from the back. He'll have to work his way to the front. Matt Rogers in 20th. 21st, 22nd is Matt Clement and Anthony Edgerton. So congratulations to everybody as we are getting ready to get this thing green. 120 laps. And they are getting ready to get rolling here. That was your Low Cash Motorsports starting grid. And they're coming through turns 3 and 4 now. Pace truck going to pull off. And we're going to get this thing rolling. Tracy Passon's going to lead us down to the green flag. And green flag is out, 120 laps here as Garrett Kinder blinks out just a little bit. His AOL internet, he's got to log in. You can hear it. File's done as he is going 3 wide here as Joseph Mahar looks down to the inside of Tracy Passons. And Tracy able to hold on to that lead so far. So Joseph trying to make a little move early here in this race. But Tracy guards that bottom just right, but here comes Joseph Mahar on the bottom. Going to leave Garrett Kinder on the outside. That outside pretty treacherous here early. It may work in 3 and 4 later in the run, but not right now. So 13 is going to have to get down quickly. You're going to see down into turn number 1. If it goes down to the corner, you do not want to be up there. You can see he's losing all kinds of time as Aaron Adcock going to get up under him here in that number 17 machine. So Garrett Kinder going to try to get a run here and try to get down to the bottom, and he does. So we get a little single file back here as Garrett Kinder falls back to 4th place. Pretty much single file all the way back so far as you do see the 40 of George Williams side by side with who I believe is Steve Ayers Jr., and it is. What the heck? Well, while we're watching this, trying to figure out what's going on here, got something just going on with this thing. I tell you what. As we watch George C. Williams, Stephen Ayers making some passes on the outside. As I'm trying to get this thing, got a little issue, of course. Gosh, start it. Well, you know what? We're going to have to reset everything. As the thing is locked up. So we'll watch this battle as Alan Smith is on the inside of Steve Ayers, trying to hold on to that position. Steve Ayers actually making that top side work, so it looks like guys are probably lifting and saving a little bit. Ayers is going to want to get down quickly. He does not want to be up there for very long, as that will really hurt the right front tire if you're up there that long. So he'll definitely want to get down as quickly as possible. All right. Woo. Back up front, though, Tracy Passon still with the lead, and Joseph Maher right there with him, as I think we've recovered. Good grief. There we are. All right. I can feel Ratchet Miller telling me to get it together, Eddie. Absolutely. Well, watching this battle finally got everything working like it's supposed to. Tracy Passes setting out to an early lead. Chris McLean starting to get to the back bumper of Joseph Mahar, but Tracy Passes, man, somebody who really needs a good finish. Started up front. That's a good place to be. That's a good way to stay out of really much trouble. Tracy currently a race behind. He missed a race, but he is way back in 21st in points. Just hasn't been his year yet to have a top 10 so far. So looks like he got a little bit tight out of that corner, and that allowed Mahar to catch up a little bit there. He got that turn 1 and 2 is so important. You got to get it right. You'll see the fast guys who eventually will win this race most likely is going to come off that corner on the bottom and not go out wide. It is super wide there. And looks like Joseph Mahar had that run. You see that run materialized from the exit of turn 2 last lap. And that's how Joseph Mahar was able to hold on to that, as they are basically wide open here in 3 and 4. And boy, they're getting ready to make contact. A little bit too early to get that close, but we should see Mahar able to complete this pass before too long. But Mahar being very safe. Oh, as McLean's going to get a little bit loose. This side-by-side action is bringing in Chris McLean and Garrett Kinder. Tracy doing as good a job as he can to hold him off. I think right here is where it's going to suffer, as, man, they both get a nice run. I don't know what happened to Mahar there, but he actually had a little bit of an issue there. And so they're still side by side for the lead. Look at us. Oh, got no track sounds. Good call there. Started off so strong and then we're falling apart here, but that's all right. That's why I got Kevin Kinder to keep me honest. Get the sounds on. Tracy trying to hold on to that lead as best he can. He's eventually going to give up. They're going to block each other down the straightaway, as Mahar was like, you're not going to cross me over. And so Tracy going to have to settle for second place. He may take a run at him, try to take that lead back. It's important to get that as soon as, I mean, being out front is such an advantage that it's not the worst thing in the world to try to get that position back if you can. But you already see that Tracy starting to get a little bit tight off of turn 2, and that's going to be really, really tough to deal with. as he's got Chris McLean. You see how important that turn 2 is. Tracy probably frustrated at the moment, but you've got to come off low in turn 2. But right now, with how Tracy's season's been going, he really just needs to, just calm down a little bit, breathe, and try to get back in this thing, fall back in line, start to save those tires a little bit, and try not to let the bleeding continue on, as he's now back to 4th position after starting on the front row. A lot of folks starting to ease their way up to the front. Charles Stevens started 10th, and he said he was ready to go, and he is. He's up to 5th, making some moves. Aaron Adcock, Josh Slokovitz right behind him, and then it's sort of a gap back to Chuck Feltz. This battle for the lead is, it is getting busy up here. Seeing Tracy sort of skate around the track a little bit. Let's watch him as he goes down. I think he's going to have a run here, so he may not be able to get down there. But let's watch him as he goes down into turn 1. Just see what he's dealing with. So he's having to get off the gas as the guys in front of him. He's doing a good job there, coming off the bottom. That's what you got to do. You got to make this track short. The way that turn is, he does have Charles Stevens on the outside, but the way turn 1 is, you got to be careful. Is if you go all the way to the wall, you make it really wide. That's a lot of extra track out there that you're using. So Tracy's struggling right now. He's got trucks all over him. Oh my goodness, I thought they made contact there on the front straightaway. You see both Tracy and Charles go high. Oh my goodness, Charles comes blazing off the top of the track, and oh my goodness, I thought there was going to be some problems, and there's a caution out. I think maybe Dana Shepard is sitting along with Alan Smith, sitting against the inside wall. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Oh my goodness, and don't know what happened to Alan, but he kind of checks up, and man, a massive wreck as they both make contact. Let's go back and watch that one more time, as try to see maybe what caused that. Yeah, I can't tell, but it looks like Alan may have felt the truck get a little bit too tight and started to brake a little bit, and Dana Shepard gets into the back of it. Let's see if we can go back and, yeah, we can't now, but tough deal early for the number 3 machine. It's got some pitting games going on up front. So our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Alan Smith is on pit road. Such a disappointment after both of them had to tow. But you get out there and get that tow, get that fast repair, get back on the track, as there is no lap down trucks as of yet. So if you can get out quickly, you can get in position to catch a caution and get out there and try to get that wave around, or lucky dog, get back on lead lap, get back in this thing. We do have a stage break at 25, so I think we'll go green in a couple laps. So we'll have almost a green-white checker to lap 25, but give me a moment while I go and check and make sure that we are indeed going to race. All right, and we're back, and we are going to have a sort of a green-white checkered here. As we go green, should get the one to go here, and then we will have a stage break at lap 25, so the points will be divvied out at 25. So we're going to have a nice little race here. That's going to be big. Top 5 are going to get points for the stage break. And just a sort of a extra little bit about the race tonight, 75% fuel, and then you got 4 tire sets. So gonna be an interesting decision. Nobody obviously gonna pit with the stage break being so close, but we will see how this plays out. Knowing you're gonna get that stage break, you know you're gonna come down and get tires at the stage break. I think you got to go all out here. No tire saving now, for sure. You got to get all you can get. So I think this restart will be exciting, as we've got a lot of potential champions in the top 10 at the moment. All right, if you're in chat, I want to know who you got. I want to know. Let's get the votes out there. Let's get them fan votes out. Who you got tonight? Who you think's going to win? And I know Kevin Kinder's going to say the 13. Is that really who you think's going to win? But I want to hear. I want to hear what you got as far as predictions go. Let's get them going in chat. I want to know what y'all think. I know what I think, but I want to know what y'all think. We're coming around. Take the green flag, though. Joseph Mahar with the lead. In a good spot, as they're going to have 4 laps to the green-white checkered. Pace truck pulls off as they get down into the Geico restart zone, and Joseph's going to take off quickly there with McLean and Kinder side by side. It'll be tough for McLean, but I think he can fight hard on the outside and try to hang on to that spot. Kinder coming off low as he can. Not sure if he's going to be able to clear him before turn 3. Let's see what they can do as they go down into turn number 3. Number 5 trying the best he can. 13 gets a little bit of the apron, but able to keep that truck rolling, but still side by side here for second place. And they're actually catching 46. 46 the 5's going to drive deep down in the corner. I think that's going to hurt him. He drives deep, but not able to maintain, has to get out of it. And 13 is going to take over that spot. So Garrett Kinder's going to have a run now towards the lead. Just a few laps to go before this stage break. Man, they got all kinds of drivers popping up in the top 5 as who is going to get these points. You got to give it all you got here. No point. There's no saving tires at the moment. It's like the end of the race. 13 going to drive down, try to get to that right rear corner in turn 3. He's got to run here. He's going to try to cut up under. Bahar defends the bottom. So Kinder's going to have to take the top. That's probably not what he wanted to do. Maybe 3 wide here. Oh, and Mahar pushes down on the 5. That could have been dangerous as they make a little bit of contact. The 5 going to push up the track. So does Joseph. That's going to open the door for the 13 to maybe go 3 wide. Not quite able to do it. Again, going to go to the outside as they go down to turn 3 and 4. Get back nose to tail. Get ready as they come off of turn 4. And we'll see as they cross the line when the caution comes out. The caution does come out. So there he is. Joseph Mahar is your stage 1 winner. Congratulations, Joseph. Your top 5. Mahar, Kinder, McLean, Adcock, and Tracy Passons. Those are your points paying positions. Charles Stevens so close. But Mahar able to hold off that hard charge from Garrett Kinder and Chris McLean and get that stage win. Joseph Mahar, this is his 2nd race of the season, so he has missed quite a few races, but showing up and showing out here early in this one. Let's see if Joseph is in Discord. Doesn't look like he is, so we won't be able to talk to him. Let's talk to Garrett Kinder. Talk to 2nd place. Garrett, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, Eddie?
Man, what a great way to end the stage. You guys battling side by side. Couldn't quite get that stage win. Seemed like it was a little bit difficult to pass, but still, congratulations on second place. How you feeling about the rest of your race as you come down pit road?
Oh man, I'm feeling pretty good. Let those guys originally kind of pull out away from me a little bit, and kind of ate them up on some tire strategy, and caught back up to them. So as long as I can keep that rolling, I think we'll have a chance for this at the end of it.
Well, you look fast out there. What's the plan? What's the plan? You got less than 120 laps to go now, or 100 laps to go. What's your plan? Just stay up front, or are you gonna try to fall back, save some tire? What's the plan?
Yeah, definitely going to save some tire. Try and mitigate a little bit. Don't want to lose too much, of course, but yeah, definitely try and save some, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Appreciate you.
There you have it. Your stage one runner-up, Garrett Kinder. He's going to come out of pit road in third place, as it looks like George C. Williams stays out on the track. So George staying out on the track. For what reason, I don't know, but he definitely does. See Alan Smith there behind him. He is 2 laps down. Alan would have loved to got that wave around right there, but may have been some strategy from the 40 to try to keep some folks a lap down. I'm not sure. Only 2 guys a lap down, but I'm sure he will come down pit road here. It looks like George pitted about 8 laps to go, or at 8 laps ago, excuse me, and but it was only in his box for just a few seconds, so not really sure what he did, but it looks like he decided to stay out after pitting already. So I'm not really sure what his tire situation is. It only looks like he was on pit road for only 5.2 seconds. However, that would be his second stop. So hard to say if he took tires, fuel only. We'll know real quick if he did not take tires. We'll see what the difference in tires looks like on the track if he didn't. Looks like Dana Shepard should be your lucky dog, as he is only showing 1 lap down. So I think he is cycling to the back. So that Dana Shepard is your lucky dog this time. So 1 more and he'll be able to get on the lead lap. Alan Smith still trapped 2 laps down. But George Williams is going to lead us down as we get ready to go green. That first little stint is over, and man, now we've got less than 100 laps to settle this thing. So far, it's been really clean, other than the 1 incident, but so the racing has been pretty nice side by side, as we'll go around 1 more time. George has had a good season. Maybe just not the finishes to show for it. He does have 1 top 5, a couple top 10s. Would love to get a win tonight. I'm sure that would be great. That solves any problems that you may be having. It sure does put you on if you're on the bad luck train, sets you forward on the good luck train. It gives you that confidence week in and week out. So he would love to get that win tonight if he can keep that 40 truck up front. We're going to find out what he did. If he took no tires, 4 tires, we'll see if he can hang with these guys who definitely have 4. Base truck pulls off. Barney's got the green flag in hand. George gives a little bit of gas, and Mahar did not get going there. George able to get out to a pretty quick lead. Let's see if he does have tires. Looks like he's holding all right, so he may have gotten 4 tires a few laps ago on those early cautions. Looks like George with a little strategy call that looks to be working out so far. You hear him lifting. Even on new tires, you got to lift. And it looks like George gonna just be a tad bit slower while he does seem to have 4 tires. They're still at least 8 laps older. 6 to 8 laps older, so he is gonna fall back just a little bit. Oh, my goodness, Josh Lokovitz is way up out of the groove. But it ain't scaring him. He's getting right back into that top side as he goes to the outside of Kyle Roberts. Josh Lokovitz currently in the 8th position. Let's look at your biggest movers so far in the race. Oh my gosh, we got a wreck. Right as we brought something up, we got a massive wreck. We got multiple trucks involved. We got the 2. We've got Charles Stevens Jr. was where it started. And multiple drivers. Let's go back and see what happened. Charles Stevens Jr. 3 wide with 17 of Aaron Adcock on the inside. And they go around. Let's see if we can go back. Oh, yeah. Just trying to defend the position, but 3 wide, and then looks like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, it's really hard to really give any fault here as we continue to look at this. It's hard to say. It's really, really hard to say. They're 3 wide, so trying to give as much room as possible and just a racing incident is what it looks like. So multiple drivers involved, but man, boy, that was a big wreck there. So we got multiple drivers coming down pit road, either to get damage repair. You see Matt Rogers with damage. You see Willie Evernham also with a torn up race truck. Or no, his looks fine. It just coming down and maybe get some fuel. Kyle Roberts with some damage here in the 35. So a lot of guys involved. Yeah, just a product of, trying to position yourself there and just getting a little bit of contact. Just guys trying to fill the same spots there. It's just hard to say, it's hard to really say whose fault that was. It seemed to be everybody's fault there. They make contact, but luckily they still have some fast repairs. But let's go ahead and look at what we were looking at a minute ago. It's going to be changed from now, but George Williams in 3rd has made up the most spots. As this caution, I think, will help him a little bit. So he's able to kind of let those tires cool off a little bit. Matt Clement there in the 19 machine, he is up 10 spots, so he is taking advantage of some guys with some issues there and also just being extremely fast. So he is going to have 10 spots there. Anthony Edgerton up 9, Matt Rogers up 6, and Mike Presley up 4. So big movers early on in this race. Kevin Kinder says wind. What does that mean, Kevin? But working on lap 35 of 120. Still got a long way to go. Well, while we're waiting on this thing to go green, seems to be taking quite a bit of time to go green here. We'll talk about the point standings. Kip Easley is your points leader, and I think he is out tonight. So, gonna find us a new points leader. Chris Bedwell in second, Daniel Holcroft in third, Charles Stevens Jr. in fourth, and Charles Phelps is your top 5 in points. Josh Lokovitz in sixth, George Williams in seventh, Aaron Adcock in eighth, Alan Smith in ninth, and Anthony Edgerton 10th in points. So going to be some movement in the point standings after this race. We've got a few trucks locked in. Chris Carroll, if he makes the minimum races, will be locked in. Aaron Adcock has his win along with Kip Easley. So drivers able to miss a few races and still be eligible for the playoff, assuming they make, I believe, 75% of the races in the season. I don't think Chris Carroll will be able to make that, but he would be a championship contender for sure. But I think he's going to miss enough races that he will have to give way to somebody else. But man, I don't know who that's going to be. Chris Bedwell seems like the obvious choice, but Bedwell, he's currently running in the 22nd position. So he's got a tore up race truck right now. Pace truck ready to pull off though. Oh, nope. We're still under caution for some reason. I don't know what's going on with race control, but and we should have gone green laps ago. We do get the 1 to green this time by, but yeah, talking about Chris Bedwell, involved in that last incident. Looks like he had already taken his fast repair, maybe involved in another incident. So he has got a ton of damage to that 95 machine. So, you know, a chance to take over the points lead this race, and trouble biting him early as he started way in the pack. You know, that's one thing that we talked. You know, Chris talked about it a little bit last season, is just how much he had to work through the field and get up to the front. While that can be fun, it can also be treacherous and find yourself in some bad spots. So I wonder if he's a little bit disappointed that he started towards the back or what. But he is definitely fast enough to work his way and stay in the playoffs even without a win. But this is not going to help his bid for that. But Garrett Kinder with the lead. Chris McLean on the outside. George Williams in third. Joseph Mahar in fourth. Going to lead us down to the green flag here on lap 37. Come to lap 38. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing here, as we had a massive wreck. Side for the lead. Chris McLean goes down to the inside of the 13. 13 has to bobble just enough on entry that he's going to have to drop down behind the 5 machine. So Chris McLean is now your leader. He's going to get that lap lead bonus point and get the 5 truck out front. The front truck doesn't seem to have a huge advantage. At least it just doesn't seem like anybody's been able to get out front and stay out front. So it seems like the draft is really, really strong. We're still kind of wide open in 3 and 4. So that really, really helps the draft and get big runs on guys. But we'll see if maybe McLean can start to pull away from this pack. Back here, this 40 and 46, man, they're going at it. A little bit of contact. They are defending hard as here comes Garrett Kinder down to the inside. Coming back at McLean. McLean going to fight hard, though, on the exit of 4. And actually going to slide up the track a little bit. Let's see if he can get the run off the corner that he needs. And looks like Garrett's going to maybe have it cleared. As they go down into 1. McLean going to drive it deep into the corner. As, man, there's all kinds of folks around him. He can't afford to just let Garrett Kinder go. He's got to fight now as he's got Joseph Mahar down at the bottom. Tracy Passon, we saw him fall back after just a few laps on those new tires. He's back into the fold. I think if we have a green-white checkered with all new tires, I think Tracy Passon is maybe the fastest truck on the track. As the tires start to wear out, he seems to punish them just a little bit. As, man, McLean going to get a run on the outside here on the 13 machine. Thought the 13 had it about cleared. And as they come off the turn 2, 5 had a nice little run. Man, great racing here at Texas. Anybody got the patience? Mahar looks like he is being aggressive, wanting to get up here and fight. Not afraid to go 3 wide at all. Still side by side for the lead. You know, I just thought that the top being sort of a good bit weaker, but it looks like at least Chris McLean and these other drivers are able to make it work. 3 and 4, I can make it make sense. But man, McLean making it look good on M1 and 2. Either that or Garrett Kinder just struggling, or he may be saving a little bit of tire. Oh, George Williams comes down and hits the 46. And now they're going to be 3 wide. Aaron Adcock, Josh Lokovitz, and George C. Williams. And now here comes Alan Nash to the inside. And oh, my goodness. George Williams going to get a door shot there from Josh Lokovitz in the quad oval. And, man, George, big damage. No caution. We stay green, but he has got a ton of damage. He's going to have to come down pit road. He has not used his fast repair, so this would be a good time for him to come do that. But that is major, major damage on that 40 machine as he gets sort of a tank slapper. It's just a hard hit. He's trying to limp that 40 machine around the track. He actually stays out on track. I don't know if that's a great idea. Come on, get that fast repair and get back on the track. He's going to lose a few laps if we stay green, but hoping to maybe catch a caution here. McLean from the outside sort of takes the lead. So now got a battle back here between 13, 46, and the 53 with the 17 of Aaron Adcock looking on. Tracy Passon looking down to the inside. Tracy guarding that low side. He's got Aaron Adcock behind him. You see here they kind of have to lift in 3 and 4 just a tad bit. Mark gets a little bit sideways. I like to see that. Really good racing up front. And just got to highlight a driver here, Matt Clement. He is your biggest mover of the race right now, 13 spots from where he started. As, man, he is getting with it, having a good show into that no-neck fast repair Chevrolet. Matt can see in the front. He's ready to get up there and mix it up inside the top 10. Hanging on to the back of this pack a little bit, got the draft, helps a little bit, but great job. Lance dropping one-handed too. I like that. Right in front of him though, side by side, Josh Lukowitz, Alan Nash. You see that little deal right there, getting side by side. Alan Nash trying to make that pass work, but you see it slowed them guys up. You see they already lost a little bit to Aaron Adcock, so just that little bit, it's so tough. Now, of course, once the leaders get up there and they get racy, it'll be the same thing, but it's just so tough to keep somebody in line. And I think Alan may see that unless you can make the pass, maybe better just to kind of wait a little bit. As you see, they lost a good bit of time to that front pack. But this ought to help them catch up pretty well as Tracy passes go down to the inside. And almost clears him. Should be able to right here. The 53 is clear of the 46, so move Tracy up to third place. Alan Nash going to the inside of Josh Lukowitz. Again, that's going to further cause them to drop back a little bit. They can't complete that pass. Here comes Joseph Mahar back at the 53, though. Tracy going to try to block that inside. Great racing up front. Check in on Daniel Holcroft. He's at Anthony Edgerton right behind him. It's a battle for 14th and 15th. Anthony Edgerton with a quiet season since 10th in points, but he does have a top 5 and, one top 5. So having a pretty dang good season so far. He's in the playoffs as at this moment. See Daniel Holcroft starting to pull away a little bit. Anthony Edgerton up 7 spots where he started, so he's doing a great job in this race. Always tough when you're back here in the 15th position. You really have to fight harder than most folks. You're always seem to be at a disadvantage, so he's doing a great job of managing that, staying out of trouble. Currently falling back a little bit from guys in front of him. As Dana Shepherd has gotten back on the lead lap after that wreck with Alan Smith, and he has found himself on the lead lap, currently about 12 seconds back from the leaders, but he is on the lead lap and starting to close in on Anthony Edgerton a little bit. Coming down pit road, most likely a scheduled pit stop, just a little bit early as he was starting to fall back just a little bit. So pit road starting to open up as fuel is most likely the biggest concern, but Alan Smith coming down pit road as well. Expect to see pit stops starting probably, especially outside the top 3. But the top two here, Chris McClain, Garrett Kinder, are starting to pull away just a tad bit from third and fourth. About a second and a half, these two have pulled out on Tracy Passons. So a couple duos here. Alan Nash able to get around Josh Lokovitz has allowed him to get closer to these guys back here. Apron there. But here it comes down pit road. We'll watch a pit road entry. Allen does a great job of getting down on the pit road. So moving forward, he was on the move. He's going to come down pit road, do a little short pit action, and try to make him some time on the track as he comes back out with those 4 fresh tires. The question is, when is Chris McClain, Garrett Kinder going to come down? They're going to lose some spots if they're not careful, especially with Alan Nash going down pit road. They'll come out with really fresh tires to be able to come around. And, I mean, they're currently running in the low 32s, 32, excuse me. And their best lap is a 30.2. So, I mean, good, pretty much 2 seconds off the pace from fresh tires. So that's how much time they'll be losing each lap, as long as they stay out on the track. And of course, the caution does come out. Those who pitted early, Alan Nash, Josh Lokovitz, Charles Stevens, those folks will be trapped a lap down and will have to take the wave around. But if it goes all the way, could be a little difficult. They'll have fresher tires, but they'll have to come out and make a pass for it. See Chris McClain get a little bit loose there. Actually checked up. It's going to give the 13 a run. Let's see if he does anything with it. It's like 13 electing to kind of ride behind the 5. I always talked about this in these races. When you're running second and you're able to keep pace with the leader, you may even be a little bit faster. It's such a good position to be in, as you're able to just continue matching pace. You can save a little bit if you need to. Here come the leaders now, coming down pit road here on lap 64. Aaron Adcock, Tracy Passon's coming in as well. So we'll be able to see what those new tires are able to do. Currently, Alan Nash out there running 30.7s. So over a second and a half faster than what these guys are running. Kevin Kinder asks, why don't they have the white dotted lines on the corners? I would assume it's because it's not updated. I know that Atlanta Motor Speedway is the same way. They have the white dotted lines in real life, but when this is the version of when they scanned it. So iRacing doesn't always come in and update for those type of things. It actually took a long time to get the Charlotte wall the right color, so it's possible that's going to be the same thing. Watch Alan Nash going to come by and actually pass Chris McClain. So Alan Nash trying to get himself back on the lead lap, but it looks like actually Joseph Mahar, who pitted first, is going to have the lead once this is all settled here. Right now your lead goes to 28 as you see Chris McClain unlapping himself. Those guys have still yet to hit, but Anthony Pearson going to get that bonus point for leading the lap. Those add up. So anytime you get that, it'll be a big deal. It looks like he is coming down pit road, and that will give the lead over to the number 2 machine, Daniel Holcroft. Stephen Ayers Jr. going to take over the 2nd spot. Anthony McPherson comes down pit road. just 3 laps on those tires. And look at the difference here. Between the two drivers. Chris McLean takes over the 5th spot. That's 4.5 seconds that Joseph Mahar was able to kind of jump over these guys. Made it 2 seconds a lap. He was able to make at least 3 laps before these guys came down pit road. See the last lap difference though. Mahar is running 30.8, where Chris McLean is running a 30.4. So, you know, about 4/10 faster. But you know, if that continues, they will eventually catch him. But that's going to be tough. Oh, and caution is out. Wow. Caution is out, and I don't even know who's involved. Oh, Aaron Adcock's got some damage here. Maybe we can go back and see what happened. Josh Lokovitz is getting loose in front of him on new tires. Comes off the corner, and man, he's going to come down and get right into the 17, and they go through the grass. And 17 trying to save it right into the inside wall of the pit road. So Josh Lokovitz getting loose. It's been a tough night between the Low Cash and the Bowman Motorsports. Just a lot of contact. I'm sure both teams not happy to be getting into each other that much. I know Charles Stevens and Aaron gets into it earlier. Those are affiliate teams. So not what you want to see out of your affiliates, but Josh Lokovitz with big damage along with Aaron Adcock, who comes down and does get that faster pair under this caution. So as far as who does that benefit? You know, I think it benefits Daniel Holcroft the most, who was still out on track, him and Stephen Ayers, as they come down pit road. Now they'll have the freshest tires, some 10 laps fresher than people in front of him. So Daniel Holcroft making a good decision, able to stay out there and getting that caution. And now he's going to be on the offensive and be in 6th place. Let's see if we can talk to him real quick. Daniel, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Eddie. How you doing, buddy?
Well, man, I'm doing good, but hey, you're doing really good right now as stay out, able to get that caution and come down and get tires. And now you're sitting in 6th place with the, man, I said on the broadcast, you're in attack mode. You got the offensive. You got 10 lap fresher tires with about 50 laps to go. So what's your plan here? You got all the advantage that you need. Now you just need to get up there and get the lead. How you feeling about your chances once we go green here?
I think it's playing right into our hands. Me and Ayers were sitting there. We were about 2 laps from pitting, and I saw him spinning in front of me, and I'm like, oh, stay out. And so it just happened to play right into our hands. We were going to run it dry and then try to, if it stayed green, try to stretch it on the next tank till the finish. But now we got some little extras.
That's right. Well, any advantage you can get in racing is worth every little bit. So if you go green to the end, you've got the best tires. What's the strategy? Do you pick them off slowly, or do you try to get it as fast as possible? What's the plan to try to make use of this the best that you can?
I think, honestly, I'm just going to take my time, plan my moves. I've been getting a real good run off of 2. So if I can get that run and get under them going down the back stretch, I can tuck it in low through 3 and 4. And 3 and 4, you can pretty much flat out. So if I can get that nose under them coming off 2, we can just pick them off one at a time. I'm not in any rush. We got, like I said, we got 10 extra laps to go for tires. So, and 1 tire set still in the stable down there.
Sound like you got it figured out. You got a good plan. We'll see how it plays out. Good luck, Daniel.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Daniel Holcroft, currently in 6th place, got the freshest tires. He's ready to roll. And you see he's very confident, not nervous at all. You can tell he feels pretty confident. It's easy to feel confident when you got the freshest tires of the bunch. And, man, that's a good feeling. I can tell you it's a great feeling to be out there knowing you got the tire advantage. All you got to do is just push forward. Now, he's got a bunch of guys behind him with the same type of advantage, but if he can get that pace that he needs, he can try to pick these guys off. But right now, Joseph Mahari is your leader as he pitted about 15 laps, so he is on the oldest tire. It couldn't have been any worse for Joseph Mahari. He did not want to see that caution at all. So, really unfortunate for him. I think that's the last thing he needed. But getting ready to go green here. Less than 50 laps to go in this race. See what Joseph can do. He's going to get down into the Geico restart zone. Going to try to get as good of a jump as he can. Gets a decent one, but I don't think it was that great. I think Chris McClain's going to be on him as he gets down into turn number 1. His green flag is out. McClain up to the high side, trying to get the run off of turn 2. Mahar is going to have to play defense, and he's not going to be able to do it. McClain with a clear tire advantage. They go down into turn 3 side by side. The 5 going to try to keep it wound up on the high side. How hard is Mahar going to fight? You see Garrett Kinder got a front row seat in this one. He's going to get right to the back bumper. He ain't playing around either. Try to get a run down to the inside. Mahar's going to try to fend him off, but not going to be able to do it. 13 going to get to the inside. I think the 46 is really going to struggle here. He's going to try to get down to the bottom. Actually lets off a little bit. You see the hands inside really moving, as now he's got a mirror full of the 27 of Alan Nash, who has quietly moved himself up into the top 5. Done a great job. Alan Nash, probably one of the smartest drivers I've seen so far, but man, he is getting eaten up by Daniel Holcroft on the outside, just like he said he was going to do, and to get that run off the top side. Now he's going to be side by side with Joseph Mahar as they go down into turn number 3. He's right there to take the 3rd spot from the 46. He said he was going to take his time and wait, but you know, when the floodgates open, you gotta go through them, and he's going to be up on that top side. He's got the advantage. As the tires get older, you really can't go up there. Man, he is making up a lot of ground as he does take over that 3rd place. Joseph Mahar just doing the best that he can. Such a tough position to be in with that caution. It puts him in a tire advantage. He still has the same set of tires everybody else has. So just a horrible feeling. He made the right call. Come down early. Had a good 4-second lead over anybody else. And that caution just put really, it's kind of like letting a balloon go in your house. As you just start to fall out of the top 5. And Charles Stevens now going to get to the back bumper. Up front, though, watching Daniel Holcroft make his way towards the front. Expecting to see him get up there quickly. Now, if I'm Daniel, how do I attack this? You know, I think you got to get up there. As much as you don't want to race these guys hard and burn your tires off, I think you got to use the advantage of these tires. I don't think you can wait. You wait too long, it can be hard to pass later on in the run. You've got the advantage now. I think you got to take it and get out front. If you can start to pull away, and we have green flag pit stops, you'll be in the best spot. Waiting behind, you just never know what can go on. I've seen it so many times where you just hang, hold off and hang back behind, the front couple. It never really works out. I think if you're Daniel, you got to go. You got to make do with what you got, the advantage, and use that and get out front. try to sail off into the sunset. He goes to the inside of Garrett Kinder. Looks like he will be able to take over that spot. So move Daniel Holcroft up to second. Garrett Kinder, he might try a little crossover there, but not going to be able to do it. Just too strong at the moment. Go back here. We got a crazy battle. Dana Shepard, we saw in a wreck early, crashing down to the inside wall, towing, and he is currently running in 6th position. So Dana Shepard not playing around either. As, man, what a great job by the 43 as he's running into 7th. Look, he's getting past a little bit. Oh, little door slam by the 53. He's trying to stop the bleeding. 43 going to try to get down to the bottom. Not quite able to do it as the 53 and 88 kind of check up. But a great recovery out of him. Oh, somebody's in the wall. It's like 79. Let's see. Oh, he is a lap down, so that's why I couldn't find him. He gets into the wall down the back straightaway. Able to keep it going, though. Man, let's take a gander at our biggest mover still. Matt Clemens still with that. As he runs right behind this crew in the 10th position, up 11 spots. He's still your Kyle Roberts handmade leather hard charger at the moment. But man, look, Daniel Shepard, Daniel Holcroft, Matt Rogers. Daniel Holcroft get up there and get the lead. He will jump up to tied with second. But a lot of big movers here tonight. Speaking of, let's go up front. 2 is starting to track down. Look here between the 2 drivers. Last lap. Daniel Holcroft just a little bit faster. Starting to slowly reel him in. Difference in tires here is about 6 laps difference. So he was able to get around the ones he had about 10 laps on. But up here, not a huge difference, but enough. And you see, they almost mirror each other's lap times. That last time out. It's like Chris had a little issue there in turn 1, so we'll see what the difference is here. As it looks like Daniel was able to make up a good amount of time. What do you do if you're Chris McLean? I think I know Chris McLean enough now that I don't have to question what he's going to do. He's going to fight every inch for the lead. Chris, you know, I think me and Chris's style are obviously very, very different. I'm more passive, you know, which puts me in a lot of bad positions, maybe some bad calls to let some guys go that you can't pass back. Chris knows that if you let somebody go and he's faster, he's just going to drive away from you. So Chris, not one to just kind of let somebody go. He's going to fight for that position, even if you got newer tires. And sometimes I think that's the right call. So I expect nothing less than 5 to really make it tough on the 2 to make this pass. See Daniel still just a tad bit faster. As it gets closer and closer, that downforce will start to negate that draft a little bit, the downforce loss. But it'll be tougher and tougher, especially in turn 1, 2. As you see, starting to hit that bubble a little bit. Daniel actually a little bit slower that lap. So 33 laps to go here in this race. Two trucks starting to pull out to a 1.6 second lead over Garrett Kinder in 3rd place. Alan Nash, another second back from him. It's starting to be sort of second back to second back. You know, it looks like Joseph Hart may have had some trouble. He says he may have crashed, but I don't see anything happening to the. Yeah, it looks like the 46 down the apron. Oh, he comes down pit road. I don't know why I said he crashed. So Joseph Hart makes his pit stop. they're going to have to make one most likely. So he comes on down and trying to get that advantage, that tire advantage. As Tracy Passing starting to fall back a little bit, and Matt Clement moving forward, following the 35 up to the front. These two drivers, Kyle Roberts actually in the 18th position, so this is not a battle for position. Matt Clement though in the 5th position. So, oh my goodness, and looks like Chris McLean has come down pit road. Man, trying to watch a couple of different people and some different battles, and man, here we are already with some pit strategy. Chris McLean coming down pit road, following suit, trying not to let Joseph Mahar get a big lead after coming out of pit road. So now what do? If you're Daniel Holcroft, you've got a big, and he's going to come on down pit road. What a smart move by the two. Man, knowing that he has no choice. He cannot stay out and allow those guys to get multiple seconds, as he could have gone a lot longer. But knowing that you got to make one more pit stop. So everybody coming down pit road, pit lane is, I was going to say busy, but there's only 3 trucks at the moment, but that's because some guys have come and gone. But man, check it out. Dana Shepard, currently your leader, still has to make his pit stop, but man, just early in the race, contact with the number 3, and now the 43 finds himself out front. What a great recovery. He's done a great job so far in that 43 machine. Just that's why you fight, man. It's always, I think those are some of the best races when you get out there. It's fun to go out there and lead every lap and win, no doubt about it. There's no doubt it's fun to go out there and lead the last lap and win. But man, to have an issue, wreck, tear up a race car, have to get a tow, go into pit road and continue to fight, not quit, and come back out on track and fight and claw your way up back into the race. I mean, he is a caution away from being in a really, really good spot in just a few laps. So Dana Shepard sort of played in that strategy that Daniel Holcroft played. Being get that caution after about 5 to 10 laps. Dana will be, the truck with the advantage. So really, really impressive to see how he's made this work. Stayed in this thing. Let's go back right behind him. Chris McLean going to the inside of Joseph Mahar. That will be for the lead as Dana Shepard does give up the lead. Come down pit road. That gives the lead over to Aaron Adcock, who will inherit the lead as he went around. They'll come around with Dana Shepard. Aaron has yet to make his last pit stop. Let's see if he comes down this time or if he tries to stay out and lead a lap. He's trying to come down pit road, 17. Man, I think he was trying to come down pit road but could not get the thing woed up, almost wrecking. But that's going to give the lead over to Chris McLean, who takes that spot. And Joseph Mahar going to follow behind. Where's Garrett Kinder? Garrett Kinder came down pretty early, but he is about 3.3 seconds back. Not really sure what happened. But Garrett maybe just didn't do a good enough job getting on and off pit road. Not real sure, but yeah, he is about 3.5 seconds back from the lead. He's gonna have some work to do. Holcroft up in 5th place as he came out of pit road. stays out on track. These guys are going to catch him pretty quickly. You see, there's Aaron right in front of these drivers. This is for position, but Aaron has yet to make his pit stop. Aaron moves over knowing that he is on those older tires, going to let these guys go. These guys have got to work together. I've seen Michael Nash go down to the inside quite a few times. You just wonder if somebody might say, hey, work with us. Let's try to run these top two down. Let's get back into this race. But Alan Nash looks to be interested in racing. So like Allen's going to get real tight off the corner. Well, that is nasty on that right front. Got to be careful with that. That truck pushes off the corner. Ooh, and Holcroft gets a little bit loose. That opens the door here for Michael, for Allen. What his name in Discord is, I believe it is Michael Nash. It says on the screen Allen, so we'll call him Michael Allen. Daniel trying to fight hard on the outside. As they do this, though, man, they are just continuously losing time to the leader. They're starting to run down Mahar, who's starting to fall back just a little bit, but these guys fighting side by side to continue that bleeding. As Chris McLean just continuing to run away with this one. Joseph Mahar back about 1 second. Continue to watch this battle here for third, fourth, and fifth. Not really sure. I don't think he knew where Garrett was coming into that corner and actually had to check up just a little bit, and that caused him to lose a little bit of time. So here comes Daniel back to the inside. That's going to allow Garrett Kinder to start to step away as he's looking forward to Joseph Mahar, who is slowly falling back. We'll look at the time difference between these two drivers. You can see Garrett Kinder 3.5 tenths faster that last lap, so he's definitely going to catch him. But I don't know. I think everybody's in trouble compared to Chris McLean, who is continually extending the lead. He's holding about the same between him and Garrett Kinder, but Joseph Mahar is now back to 2 seconds as McLean is now just praying, please, no caution. They're done on tires. Oh, there goes. As soon as I say something, Joseph Mahar hits the wall. That's it. Definitely going to help these guys catch up really easily. Is now Garrett Kinder going to be able to drive by with that momentum on the outside. There's no more tires in the pits, so these guys are done. And Mahar goes from bad to worse as he was falling back. Gets a little bit tight off of turn 2. And now he is in trouble of falling all the way back to the 5th position. He's going to try to hold that bottom and kind of, it's going to end up bottling these guys up as they are side by side. And, oh, Michael Nash gets into the wall there off of turn 2. So these guys really laying it on the line. Holcroft, though, going to go down to the inside. Mahar going to lean on the right side, try to make him a little bit nervous, but Holcroft definitely able to get around him. But now here comes Michael Nash looking to do the same thing on the outside. Mahar definitely has some damage as he is really, really struggling. So move Mahar back to 5th place after that contact with the wall. Now he's just going to try to stop the bleeding and get to the end there. As Chuck Phelps coming down pit road. Chris McLean, man, what a great race from him. He is now 3.7 seconds ahead of Garrett Kinder. He's extending it almost every lap. They ran almost identical lap times the last time by. But Chris, with that clean air, just been able to make a lot of ground up here, especially getting around Mahar. Just a great pit cycle for him. Just a really, really good second half of the race. Dana Shepard, after that pit stop, starting to pick off a few drivers. He makes his way back into the top 10 after passing Anthony McPherson. Speaking of Anthony McPherson, it's a good looking paint scheme. I like it. Check out your biggest mover still. Matt Rogers now takes over the top spot as he is up 11 spots, running in the 9th position. That Toyota was all toe up early in the race and has rebounded, found himself inside the top 10. Matt Clement was running inside the top 5 not too long ago, but I don't know if he sped in the pits, but now he's back in 13. Disappointing to see that out of the 19, but not really sure what happened, but obviously some sort of issue that put him outside the top 10. But currently your top 10, Chris McLean, Garrett Kinder, Daniel Holcroft, Alan Nash, which is looks like it's going to continue to be a battle, really fun battle to the end. Joseph Mahar in 5th place. You got Charles Stevens Jr. on the back bumper. Damaged tire difference, just not really much he can do. Just trying to stop the bleeding, get the best finish he can get. Still got a long ways to go in that truck. Obviously not driving very well, almost half a second off of everybody around him. They're really struggling with that right side damage. I mean, he hit it really, really hard. But Tracy Passon's back in 7th. Stephen Ayers Jr. on that same strategy that his teammate Daniel Holcroft is on. But currently trying to hold off Matt Rogers and Dana Shepard, 10th place. Right behind them, Anthony McPherson. And in 12th, Anthony Anderson. 13th, Matt Clement. 14th is Aaron Adcock as he battles with Mike Presley. So interesting to see how the points are going to stack up here after this race. It's been a up and down race for some guys. Guys really having some good ones, and then some folks really having a tough one. It's up and down. Some folks having tough ones early and getting better. Some having some good ones early and getting worse. So it's been kind of a wild and crazy race. As we go up here to Daniel Holcroft, who is currently in 3rd place, trying to hold off Alan Nash. I don't really know what happened to Garrett Kinder, but he is a little bit off the pace compared to these guys. And these guys are starting to run him down. I wonder if Garrett didn't push a little bit too hard there on the early part of this run after coming out of the pits. But these two are running him down quickly. time by Daniel just a little bit faster, but he's going to get the draft soon as these two sort of working together. And see Garrett leaking out up there, but not too far. And I don't know if they're going to have enough time to get it done. But I'll tell you who is getting it done, man. Chris McLean out to a 4.1 second lead with just 2 laps to go. Doesn't really have to do too much, just has to hang on to it and get it done. Comes down through 3 and 4. He's going to come by Barney and take the white flag. 1 more lap to go here at Texas for Chris McLean. White flag is out. Here in the Apex Sim Racing E-Series Showdown. Wondering when this was going to happen. Chris McLean missing a race, but has yet to get that win. Sits 10th in points, but tonight he is going to punch his ticket into the playoffs. He comes off of turn 4 and takes the checkered flag. Chris McLean is your winner here in Texas. Garrett Kinder comes home in second. Daniel Holcroft in third with Michael Allen Nash right behind him. Charles Stevens makes up your top 5, but Chris McLean is your winner. Just been a tough season so far for him, but he has turned the page and a dominant last little bit of this race and takes home the win. A little bit of Po Man celebration on the front stretch as he's going to burn them down here. Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the post-race interviews presented by Po Man Motorsports. Let's talk to your race winner, Chris McLean. Chris, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, brother.
Man, well, what a race out of you up front racing, dogging hard all race long, trying to stay up towards the front. And there on that last pit stop, I just don't know what you did different, but man, came out with a head of steam, a big gap between you and Garrett Kinder, and able to run down Joseph Mahar and start to gap him pretty quickly. And I think you were just pulling away so much that Joseph actually gets into the wall trying to keep up with you. Just a fantastic race, man. So congratulations on the win, punching your ticket to the playoff. Man, talk about your race, man. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, it's been a pretty rough season. We ain't been able to put races together, getting caught up in mess, and even had really good finishes. So we come here and put some practice in, and we've had some good long run speed, and we just tried to be smart about it. And I knew Joseph short pitted there on that second run, and I really wanted to just see, because I knew I had enough time to run him back down, how much of an advantage it give him. And we stayed out a little longer than him, and he come out with 4 or 5 second lead. But we was running him down pretty quick and ended up getting a caution there. And wasn't really what we wanted, but it is what it is. I just told my teammates, I said, look, it ain't really what I want to do, but when first person that short pits us, we're gonna have to come down a couple laps after that, no more, because it ain't gonna work out. We ain't gonna have enough time to catch them. And we waited, I think, 3 laps after Mahar pitted, and then we come out with him, actually ahead of him, and somebody dropped down in front of me to pit, and had to check up a little bit to keep from running them over. But just stayed patient, and I knew we had the better truck and better tires at that time, so just waited on the opportunity, kind of set him up there in 1, stayed high, got to run off 2, and was able to get under him and drive away.
Well, and drive away you did. 4.3 second was the gap between you and Garrett Kinder at the end. I mean, how important was clean air and getting out front, being the front truck, especially as tires started to wear out?
Yeah, clean air definitely makes a difference here. That's when Chuck got by me there, he was on fresh tires, and just that one time he was come up in front of me, and just the uh, air off his truck, I about beat the wall down coming off forward just because it pushed so hard. And clean air is key here, really. You just got to try to get out front early and keep it that way.
Yeah, well, just a great race. Earlier, it was fun to watch y'all kind of mix it up, man. Y'all were getting with it. Talk about the stage racing a little bit. Some people like it, some people don't. Do you feel like it changed it for the positive this season? You didn't have it the last seasons past, but being able to have that little stage, to kind of race it out and be aggressive early. Do you kind of like that type of racing or what?
Yeah, that most definitely, man. It makes it fun. I think you could throw a blanket on top of the top three there at the stage break, and it's a lot of fun as long as everybody can stay clean. And I'm hoping we can, kind of implement it as the seasons go on and get a little more aggressive with it, and it works out in our favor. Not everybody likes it, but I think it makes for better racing myself. And then, kind of the strategy ain't so much as into play as driving ability, in my opinion, when you put stage breaks in there. But we'll see. We'll see what it brings.
There you go. Well, man, congratulations on the win. Not a better place to win than Texas. That's a good one to kind of check off in the win column. So, congratulations, Chris. As always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Like I said, we've been working hard. We just ain't had the outcome that we wanted, but hopefully we can go next week or week after next at Eldora and put on a show for everybody. That's one of my favorite tracks. But I'd like to give a big shout out to Aaron first and foremost. Man, he puts time in and time out in this league, and it's slowly growing and getting better and better, and it's a lot of fun. All my teammates over at Man, and then our uh, other team, Low Cash Motorsports, we all put in the time and effort to try to make these things fast. And big shout out to you up in the booth, man. You always do a great job. I enjoy going back and watching where I could improve or where I messed up or how bad I was on pit road. That's usually what it is. But I did pretty good there tonight. And big shout out to my wife and kids, man. They're the backbone of the whole deal.
There you go. Well, congratulations, Chris, on the win. And, man, what an incredible race by him as he takes home the victory. But let's talk to our second place finisher, Garrett Kinder, and see what his race was like. Garrett, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, Eddie?
Man, great second place finish. I know you wanted to get that win, but after that green flag pit stop at the end, what happened? What was the difference between you and Chris McLean as you came out probably about 3.5 seconds behind him?
I slid my pit box just a little bit and had to stick it in reverse and back up. I don't think it would have been. I don't think that was the major difference. I think he was just better on short run and then transitioning over to a longer run. That last run, it was only a 20, 30 lap run. I think it was only 20 laps, but yeah, definitely he was better on the short runs. We ran really well together, teammate and all. So we were up there up front, just kind of playing around and having a good time with it. So big shout out to him, man. That's a good win.
Yeah, well, second place, pretty good. I mean, you're able to kind of pull away. The third and fourth started to catch you there a little bit at the end, and had they had 10 more laps, we might be talking to somebody different here. What was going on? Did you maybe run the tires a little bit too hard, or were you just kind of in cruise control there at the end?
Well, I think Daniel Holcroft came out on like 10 lap fresher tires or quite a bit fresher. It seemed like if it wasn't that run, it was a run before, but I'm just getting them confused. But so he and Allen caught up real quick, and I just kind of played defense. Once I learned I was really stacking them up, I started pushing pretty hard, and then was able to start pulling them. Lap traffic had a lot to do with that. I was able to kind of really time my runs around lap traffic, and it gets some distance spread between us. And yeah, they started reeling me in. I think I was holding them in about a second. It's pretty steady for the last 7 or so laps, but yeah, there was definitely something I was keeping my eye on.
Yeah, well, man, just a small mistake is maybe the difference between talking to you in the winner circle and talking to you in second. But still, all in all, a good race out of you. Uh, Able to avoid your own sponsor, kind of you being a part of that with no Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage rewinds out of you tonight, just sliding through your pit stall. But you know what? I'd take a slide through my pit stall and still finish in second. So congratulations, man, on second place.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as always, man, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you up in the booth. I love going back and watching these races, so really going to enjoy this one. Fuel strategy race, so be really cool to go back and watch. I want to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch and Ratchet Speed Shop. Keep this Ford F-150 rolling every week. Couldn't do it without them. All their support, along with my dear sweet mama back at the house. Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. You can keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else. Make sure you check out Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Wolfpack Racing, Ray Page and Andy over there. Some good guys knowing the industry. You ever see them around, make sure you stop and talk to them. All the teammates over here, Poman Motorsports. Man, we put on a qualifying clinic. We thought there for a little bit. I think we had the top 9 spots laid down until I think Joseph Moore came up and got P3 or P2. But yeah, so really big shout out to all the Poman low cash guys. Qualified really well, ran pretty well. See I think 4 out of 5 top 5. So not too bad. All my Velocity Motorsports guys, short tracking guys, just lots of fun racing over here on iRacing. Lots of different series, lots of different events, and man, I'm just ready for next week. Or I guess we're off next week. Ready for Bristol Dirt.
Yes, sir. Well, man, congratulations again. And second place, fantastic finish for you. And man, looking forward to see what you do in the next few races.
I appreciate you, Eddie.
Garrett Kendry, second place finisher. Let's go ahead and get Daniel up in the booth. He is your third place guy. We talked to him a little bit. Let's see what his thoughts are on the race. Daniel, this Eddie in the booth. What's going on?
Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Good to talk to you again.
Well, yes, sir. Man, able to come home with a third place finish. Just a great strategic race. I think I'm not going to be a butthole or hurt your feelings by saying I don't think you were the fastest truck out there, but sometimes not being the fastest truck doesn't mean you can't get a great finish like third place. And I think while you're really fast, you definitely have the speed. Um, you were just really good at strategy tonight. I think the strategy played out in your hands and able to come out with some really good positions, as far as where you were in the field. And man, there at the end, able to hold off of hard charging Alan Nash and come home with third place. So congratulations, man. Talk about your race a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And yeah, you're right. I figured honestly, 10th to 12th place truck tonight. I just couldn't get comfortable until the longer runs, and I'd have a little more speed on the longer runs, but yeah, the strategy just worked right into our hands, and we brought a 10th to 12th place truck back to a top 3. So it worked out, and it worked out for Ayers also. I think he ended up P8. So we were back there running 10th to 16th, the first stage and probably the first half, and that pit strategy just worked for us.
Well, talk a little bit more about that as far as, how good does it feel? I talked a little bit about taking a bad race like Dana Shepard, who had a wreck and, had to tow and was a couple laps down, able to fight back and get, right outside the top 10. But talk a little bit about that where you feel like, I don't know if I'm the fastest guy. I don't know if I've got the fastest truck, but how does it feel to have, some strategy and work that strategy and be able to get those finishes? Just scratching and clawing like that. It's got to feel good to come away with a third place, doing stuff like that. Just knowing you kind of almost outsmarted the guys. A little bit of luck, but just making the right calls at the right time.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it outsmarting. I'd call it getting real lucky. so, but yeah, it does. It feels good when you can when you just plan and everything just works and falls into place, and you can take one of those trucks that yeah, if we get a ninth, 10th, we're good. It's a good points night. We'll take it, and then everything just falls into place, and you end up finishing out P3. And yeah, I mean, we had some real good racing there towards the end. I was talking to McLean, and when I had those fresher tires and was running behind him, I could have been dirty, but I'm not like that. You know, we'll take a P3 instead of getting dirty and trying to wreck somebody. I wouldn't want somebody to do it to me, and I ain't gonna do it to somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, talking about points, talking about that type of stuff, standings and whatnot. You should have the points lead. I would imagine it's going to be real close. Kip Easley not in the race tonight. Chris Bedwell with an awful Just an off night for him. Finished in last place or close to it. I think he finished in 22nd. So just a tough night for him. And that should catapult you to the front. And also, you are currently the only driver in the field with 3 top 5s. So, man, talking about, the points, I know it's a little bit early to be talking about points, but you still got to be proud of what you've done so far, being able to keep that consistency of staying out front and get out and maybe take the points lead after this race.
Well, that's news to me. I knew Kip was leading. I was in third, and Kip at the last minute he had some stuff come up and shot us a Discord message. Said unfortunately he was going to miss tonight. So I mean, we've had some good runs. I think started off what 11th in the first race, and then yeah, a couple top 5s, and I'd still like to get that W though.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you keep finishing in the top 5. Eventually, you're going to get the dub, man. So, congratulations on a third place finish. Congratulations on what is likely to be the points lead. And looking forward to seeing what you do in the next couple weeks when we hit the dirt. How you feeling about dirt racing? How you do out there on the dirt track?
I've been doing a lot of practicing because, yeah, if it's not asphalt, I am not good at it. So we'll have to see. I figure if I can come out of there and
Just have some good pit
it,
strategy.
right, try the pit strategy again. But honestly, if I could come out of there with a top 15, that would be a win for me. I am not a dirt guy.
Well, congratulations on third place finish, man. It's been good to have y'all. Glad to have you and your crew. So looking forward to seeing how y'all kind of battle it out, especially once we get to playoff time. Looking forward to it. As always, man, the floor is yours. Who you got to thank?
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate y'all and tell you, y'all do a heck of a job. I love going back and watching the replay of it. And Ayers and Kip, they're good team members. We keep missing Kunkel. He's had some family stuff coming up, but man, and Aaron, he puts on one heck of a league. He does it right. He's fair, but he takes no BS. So. Man, it's a good start to a season. I appreciate everybody.
Well, all righty. Well, congratulations again on third place, and we'll be talking to you in the next couple weeks.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it.
Third place, Daniel Holcroft, after a fantastic run to the end there. I think it was Michael Nash in chat said we're talking about strategy, but Daniel drove the wheels off that truck the last 10 laps. Yeah, I bet he did. Y'all were out there fighting, battling hard, and y'all did a great job. It was fun to watch y'all battle there, especially towards the end. But speaking of that, let's talk about the point standings as they are updated. Aaron Adcock out. He's on it tonight. Daniel Holcroft does take over the points lead. Chris Bedwell falls back to second place after a rough night. Charles Stevens is going to be tied for second. And then Chris McLean, with that win, is going to move up 6 spots to the 4th position. And Josh Lokovitz finds his way in the top 5 as well. So big points night for guys. I mean, you don't want to talk about points too early. A lot of people kind of just shy away from that until you get halfway through the season. But man, every point matters, especially as you get down into the playoffs. So not a terrible night for some guys and rough ones for some others. So got to be paying attention to those pretty quick as we're already 5 races in. But man, I tell you what, that was a very interesting race. Apex always puts on a show. So want to thank Poman Motorsports for the post-race interviews. Got to give out the Hard Charger Award winner. That's going to go to Matt Rogers. So Matt Rogers is your Kyle Roberts Handmade Leather Hard Charger Award winner. So congratulations to Matt Rogers. 11 spots from where he started. And a big shout out to Anthony Edgerton, Daniel Holcroft, Stephen Ayers, and Dana Shepard. Dana Shepard, just big props to Dana for being able to recover after that incident and come back to a 10th place finish. So congratulations to Dana. was a hard charger. Now, as far as the Trigger Time Jammed Up Award, man, I guess I got to give it to Chris Bedwell, man, who, started towards the back and then just got caught up in a couple wrecks and was out of this thing. I mean, he was 61 laps down whenever the checkered flag was thrown. So just a tough night for him. Gonna lose potentially would have been the points lead. So he's gonna be your Trigger Time Indoor Shooting Range Jammed Up Award winner. So a tough night for one of your Final Four finalists from last season. All right, guys. Man, we're gonna get out of here. I am tired, but man, want to thank everybody. Aaron Adcock. Want to thank Jimmy over at ApexSimRacing.com, the Apex Sim Racing gear. Definitely go check them out. Appreciate their support. And man, they make some good products. Go check them out. Definitely worth the money, worth what you spend on good quality sim racing equipment. But anyway, congratulations again to Chris McLean. He is your winner tonight and locks himself into the playoffs. As man, we're gonna be off next week and come back and do some dirty work. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you.